Hello there. Hi, this is Dina, and I just want to say I'm so chuffed to be here doing this live stream, and I am very excited to see who is going to share the space with me. And also, I want to invite you that, if you watch this on a replay, to just give a little hashtag replay that I know that you've been here, and leave a comment. And also, I'm going to ask you some questions. So answer them. All right. This is a little bit more of an experiential broadcast. So I'm going to be talking about your mood and how your mood determines your income. Now, whether you do a job, but I'm also really specifically talking to coaches and entrepreneurs who work for themselves, who are self-employed. So how does this work? Let me use an analogy. It was actually awesome because yesterday we did a coaching session in the group that I'm in, and our coach Femke asked us to elicit and to explore a desired state, and the person that I was with, we had the same thing, the same context, and so what it came down to in the end is that, and this is what I love this analogy, I think of it as a continuum, and think of your mood as a radio station. Okay, and if you think of a continuum and you have one, maybe that side rather. One is like it's a real shitty radio station. Okay, we call it Shitty FM. And on the other side of 10, we call it Joy FM. Okay. So if you think of shitty FM, what kind of songs would be playing there? Just think about that. Maybe songs like, Doubt Wins Again on the Shitty FM, and Nobody Wants Me, and Who Am I? And adverts for scarcity and fear and pessimism. Now that's the Shitty FM. That's the mood of the Shitty FM. Okay. And right on the other side, we have Joy FM. And of course, the songs that play there are Life is Good, Business is Great, I Double My Income Again, and Shine Your Light, Love Conquers All, Clarity is Confidence. And of course, the adverts on that song, on that station, would be for optimism and love and high vibration and expectations. And if this is a continuum from 1 to 10, where do you see yourself? Where's your station? What do you tune into? If you think of your mood as this radio station, and of the thoughts that go through your mind and how you feel most of the time on average, what would you say is your station? Okay, because that's what we tune into. That's a vibration, it's a frequency. And when we live at a frequency, and we normally do, we have like a resident frequency that we live at. And if that is a sort of on the low side, then, like feeling the emotions, thoughts and emotions of fear and scarcity and anger and guilt and shame and dissatisfaction and disappointment and depression and all of those things, is then, that's what we attract, eh? That is the experiences that we attract, because that's the message that we send to the universe. I want more of this. Give me more. Give me more of this. I want more of this fear and anger and stuff. And of course, when we on the high vibration, and our resident frequency, our resident radio stations that have a higher vibration, then of course the messages that we see and the thoughts and the emotions we have are that of abundance, are that of, wow, this is great, are that of gratitude, are that of counting, seeing the little things that's good and focus on them. Do you appreciate that there's two different focus points? Okay, now this, of course, I'm describing extremes here. It could be anywhere on this continuum between the two. But it's very important to become aware of where you are at. Where do you live most of the time? Okay, because we are energy, and our mood, your mood, is also prophesying. It's attracting upcoming events. I remember when I was a child, and we went to the bioscope, that's what we called it, or the cinema. And in those old theaters, there was this, on the big screen, they were showing, before they showed the film, they had the upcoming attractions, and they showed the movies that were coming. Okay, now your mood is like determines your upcoming attractions, the upcoming events that you are attracting. So if you are broadcasting like, I'm not good enough, this is not going to happen, nobody wants me, this is a failure again, then that is exactly the upcoming events that you are attracting, that you are calling in. So whatever we send out, we call in. The whole Bible says, whatever you sow, you will reap. It's the same thing with our mood. So if we see ourselves as the person who is not good enough, who is a fraud, who is not doing well, then that is what we continue to create, because that's how we create, by how we think, feel, and act. Simple as that. And speak, of course. Okay, and if you see yourself as I am abundant and I'm doing well, and wow, I'm getting this and I'm getting that and I'm grateful, then more things come your way that way. That is how our mood determines our upcoming attractions, our upcoming events. Whatever we observe in our mind manifests. That's how we create. Now, you can, of course, change your mood. We have that power. Isn't that wonderful? That we can really change. So you can change your mood, and when you change your mood, you change your results. Simple as that. Of course, you have to continue and really focus on doing that with discipline and commitment. It takes repetition. It's not something that you do once. You have to do it continuously. You have to get into that whole a new habit of how you are being. We call it the state of being. Now, how do you do that? So I like to use this analogy of changing your diet. Say you have a high insulin, a high resident insulin level. That means you are overweight, and because your level of insulin is high already, then whatever you eat shoots it up higher. So then we go on a keto diet or something, where we reduce the carbs and the sugar and we cut those out. So over time, the resident insulin level drops and you lose weight. And then when that settles, then you can eat again, but the resident level where it starts off is already low. So it doesn't, whatever you eat doesn't affect your weight as much, okay? But you have to make that decision with every meal, with everything that's put in front of you. You have to decide, no, this is not where I'm going. This is not working for this way of being, for where I see myself now as this thin or slim person with great health. Okay? In the same way, we have to make that decision moment by moment on our minds, on what do we feed our mind, what do we let in, what do we let in, what do we keep out. You know, how do you shut the door in the face of doubt, because doubt is part of the conditioned self, the old paradigm where we are conditioned from childhood that we're not good enough, that we are not worthy, that we fear rejection, we take things personally, we think the whole time of things are not working, we focus on what's not working. These are all patterns that we have and how we sabotage ourselves. And really the big one there is doubt, because that brings about the fear and the scarcity. And as Jim Rohn says, doubt is something that you must kill with a baseball bat. Okay. But the most important thing is for you to take charge. If you want to change your income, if you want to change your relationships, your health, if you want to change for the better, you've got to take charge. And you've got to decide, I'm getting into the driver's seat now. Okay, I'm going to kick this old false self out of the bus. I'm driving. Because that old self, that old paradigm, that false self or your ego will hijack you every bit of the way when it can. So it's really a decision. So I won't have this anymore. This is what I'm going for. And what does that look like? Because that's a place. That's a vibrational place, a frequency of how you think, feel, and act over there. Okay? And then we use our imagination of what that is. And we find out and expose ourselves to what that may look like. And that's easy if you think about it. If I ask you to think of happiness, what makes you happy? What comes up for you? It makes you smile. Okay? So you can train yourself to continuously look for the things that make you happy, that make you feel good. And that's how we expand our consciousness, because it's to become conscious of what we are thinking, what's going on here. Is it chaos? Is it just mind activity? Or is it really constructive thoughts that I am choosing? Because 95% of what we think every day, the same thoughts every day, is subconscious. And it's only when we become conscious of what is going on, what is going up here, how am I feeling, what am I thinking so that I'm feeling this way, that you can actually tell your mind what you think. Sorry, there's a hell of a storm here. What to think and what to feel. You can make that decision. You make those choices moment by moment. So, and that's where the discipline is. Because we all have default thinking, things that we picked up when we were a child. And the biggest thing for people is money. If I ask you to think of money, what comes up for you? What image comes up for you? So when you want to change your relationship with money, is to change your image of money. And then we get to the big one, and that is your self-image. Because your self-image and how you see yourself determines everything in your life. Everything. If you have a healthy self-image of I'm great, I'm unconditionally valuable, I'm worthy, I'm amazing, I'm good enough, then good things happen to you and you expect the best and you expect, you're optimistic, you expect things to go your way. But if you have a self-image of I'm a loser, I'm not good enough, I'll never make this work, I'm not like the others, nobody wants me, then that's victim mode. That's a self-image of a victim. Okay, now if you could think of income, of what you want to create in your life, who do you need to be to create? The victim or the victor? But you have the power in you to change to whatever you want to be. You can really have anything that you want. We can all have anything that we want. We've got to decide what it is that we want. We've got to claim it, and we've got to shut out everything else that is not aligned with that. Okay? So what I want to ask you is, how do you see yourself? Is if you make a metaphor, analogy, an image, or a word, how do you see yourself? And how would you like to see yourself? Okay? So I'm sharing this with you because, you know, our self-image determines everything in our life. Our self-image determines our mood. It drives everything. And if we want to create something better, we've got to change that. And there's a lot of things that need to change, but it's absolutely, of course, worth it for us to create the lives that we want, to create the business that we want, to call in the income that we want, to call in the clients that we want. We've got to first become that. We've got to first assume that position, as in Superman, you know. So, and we're going to cover all of this and more in the Dare to Awaken Your Power Challenge. It's a 4-day challenge. It's like a workshop. Actually, I should have called it a workshop. It's over 4 days. It starts on Monday. It's a $10 workshop, so it's going to cost you $10. You can make it back if you get other people to sign up. And I invite you, and this is for you if you are a coach or an expert, and you find yourself that you do not make the income that you want to make, you do not get the results that you really want to get. And in this 4-day workshop, I'm going to take you through a manifesting system of how you can really change and manifest what you want for real. So I hope you'll join me. Go to bit.ly/Dare Awaken and join now. It's the 4-day, $10 workshop that is worth over $500. But I'm doing this because I really want to lift the vibration of the planet for all of us. And I believe us as coaches and experts are here to all contribute to lifting the vibration, raising the vibration of the planet. We all work together on this. And we all need to be equipped to help ourselves first so that we can help others. And that's why I invite you to join me on this workshop challenge. Okay. Well, that is me. If you have any questions, definitely post them, and I will make sure that I answer them for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day further and good night further. Bye for now.